We want to think out of the box, but are we inadvertently boxing in our employees at work? That's the question we're pondering today on the Art of Lifing at Work with Keka. We spend so much of our time in our work culture trying and thinking and working to really achieve that out-of-the-box thinking, right? This is the age of disruption. Innovation is all around us, so how do we think outside the box? So that is really great when we're in a brainstorm or a strategy session and we're thinking about what we can do for our company to make it go to the next level. But there's something that sometimes we don't always address as a question, and that is, are we inadvertently boxing in our employees? Really, what this is all about is the bias that we might feel in how we define our employees. So let's think back in our own work careers. When you've looked back at some of your times working with other people or working with suppliers and other companies, have you ever felt boxed in where maybe you knew that you could take something to the next level, but the people around you didn't quite believe that or define you differently? I know that that's happened to a lot of people. It certainly happened to me. And I'll give you a quick example. I had an amazing manager that I learned a ton from over the course of my career. But one of the things that my manager would always say is that I'm very argumentative. Always, I had a debating background. I went to the World Debating Championship. So for some reason, my manager thought that I was consistently argumentative. And I started to internalize that a little bit. And I thought, well, maybe I am argumentative. And that's certainly not my intention. And I really don't even want to come across that way. So I started to track back at my own reactions and my own work. And it just didn't make sense to me. I thought, where am I doing that? Because I'm never been one to be a wallflower and to not say anything. And I really do think that if I want to contribute the best to a company, I've got to give my thoughts and share my point of view as well. And then suddenly it dawned on me that outside of this work environment, anywhere else that I've been, anywhere else I've had leadership roles, either in a volunteer capacity or within my community or in previous other jobs, no one has ever said to me that I'm argumentative. And that allowed me, or it almost gave me permission to question that fact and to say that, you know what? This might not be the case. This might just be one person's perception. And it turns out that every time I would offer an opinion that was different than that of my manager would say I was argumentative. And in essence was boxing me in a certain way. And that can be very frustrating for employees. And sometimes you fight it through and go, and other times employees that might be a little bit more shy or a little bit quieter might not say very much and might even internalize that message. So I've got a question for you today as you go into work. Maybe think about who are the employees around you that you've already, maybe subconsciously or inadvertently, judged and said, you know what, I think that they're capable of this and not more than that, or this is beyond their realm of possibility. And I'm going to challenge you to look at your employees and your workforce and find those people where you've perhaps given them a bit of a boxed framework in terms of your opinion of what they're capable of. And I'm going to challenge you to maybe try and see if you can extend what they're capable of. If you believe it, if you push them, if you get them to think about something, maybe it's even as simple as giving them an opportunity. If you do that, they and their performance and what they get out of it may just surprise you. But the most important thing is we have to be aware of our own biases, and we have to recognize when we are boxing somebody in with our opinion and recognize that how we're seeing things is not always the truth, and it may be the opportunity for us to grow as we help our employees grow at the same time. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you like the content, then please subscribe to my YouTube channel. I put out new videos every Tuesday. And you can also hit the little bell icon. It'll notify you every time a new video is out. If you know someone too that you think would benefit from this content, then please share the video with them. And I'd love it if you just like the video and give me any of your comments, because I really want to go on this journey with you together. So together, let's master the art of lifing and let's do life on purpose.